Well, hello, long time no chat. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. The last video I uploaded was a day in the life vlog, so it's been a minute since I've been on the mic. Anywho, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and just welcome if you're new. My name is Noelle. I do all kind of homemaking, motherhood, a little bit of homeschool stuff, not really, a lot of cooking and baking, but today's video is kind of focused on homeschool. A mama is trying to get ready for the upcoming school year. I filmed this video a few weeks back. So currently we are ready and set up now, but I just thought I would take you along with us and chat a little bit about our 2025 school year. Right now we are going from a little chalkboard to a big chalkboard and just doing a little bit of changes in our little school play area. And I found a beautiful chalkboard from Walmart. I know, Walmart of all places, right? Like, who would have ever thought? I love a green chalkboard. I just think it adds a fun little pop of color to the space. And so I got a huge chalkboard, basically, because my kids are always fighting over the space on that little one. And honestly, we just outgrown it. So I thought it was time to install a new one. Here's me on a different day seasoning the chalkboard. If you don't know what that is, that's basically just breaking it in, okay? Kind of like you break in a cast iron and you grease that baby up. It's kind of the same thing with a chalkboard, just with chalk. So I'm gonna go down with chalk and across with chalk and then erase it. And this is just so you don't have like permanent white marks from chalk. Really, that's all it is. It's kind of like a nonstick pan with cast iron to make it non-stick, even though we all know cast iron ain't really ever non-stick, but you guys get the point, okay? Maybe my reference isn't that great, but you get it. It's like seasoning a cast iron. And I'm just gonna erase that. We're gonna liven up this space a little bit and hang some things on the wall and kind of just, make it a special place for the kids. This place, my kids play all over the house. And we do homeschool, honestly, all over the house. So there's not one dedicated space that we do homeschool. We do it on the floor. Sometimes we go outside. A lot of the time it's at the dining table. And it's just kind of whatever. In my upcoming postpartum season of having my fourth baby, if you guys are new here, I am pregnant with my fourth baby and due honestly any day. This is my due date week. And so I'm very excited to welcome another baby, but we will be doing homeschool from the bed probably for the first week or so after the baby's born. And, just take it easy, but also just keep the kids, going on some of their skills that they're learning. This year, we are trying to learn how to read. I mean, isn't that like the goal of this age group? I have a 6 and a 7-year-old and a 1-year-old. And so reading is our main focus this year. For sure. So we've been doing something called Word of the Day, and I just put words that they are working on the board every single day, along with the month, the date, and the day of the week. We have been working on all of the days of the week and months of the year and all of that kindergarten, first grade stuff. This year we're second grade. So we're just kind of reviewing a little bit of first grade as well as jumping into some new skills, but mainly really trying to hone in on those reading skills and phonics because I need my babies to learn how to read. That I feel like is one of the biggest challenges of teaching your kids. Now, I'm a new green homeschool mom. I have not been doing this for like 10 years or anything like that. I mean, like I just said, my first two kids are 6 and 7 or 7 and 6. So, here I am polishing up some of these pictures because they got a little dusty, okay? They've been sitting on the side or sitting on the wall for a little bit and they just got a little bit dusty. So we're just polishing those right up and getting those ready for, a new refresh space. That's kind of also part of my nesting and going into the fall is just kind of, polishing things up, making things look a little bit better, cleaning up basically. Anywho, I have some back to school kind of books on the shelves right now in this video, but we have already read all of those. We love those books, and a lot of them I thrifted. And now we have the fall books up that you guys will see in a different video because I've been filming a lot, trying to get some backlogs for you guys while I'm postpartum, so I will be editing like an editing queen for you guys. You will see me way more in the next few weeks probably, because I will be taking some time off and hanging out in bed for the first 2 weeks postpartum, God willing. And here I'm making some cinnamon rolls, some apple pie cinnamon rolls, and I made the dough early that morning that you guys didn't see. And now it's time for the second step, which is rolling it out, adding that butter, that brown sugar. I'm using homemade brown sugar and homemade apple pie filling, and of course pumpkin pie spice. And we are just going to roll that up, cut them, put them in a grease pan, and I will try to remember to leave the link. I will try to remember to leave my recipe down below. It's pretty simple, same recipe that I use for my sandwich bread. This recipe is a tried and true. I also use it for my Pullman loaf, which is just a sandwich bread, a French sandwich bread called pain de mie. Probably butchered that in French, but that's what it's called. And it's a great sandwich bread. And I use the pan that has the top on it, and it just gives a great shape and a great sandwich bread. But I use the same recipe, literally the same, for cinnamon rolls, and it works out so good. I remember when I used to do a whole different recipe that was so much more work and honestly delicious, but I don't think that that recipe was any more delicious than the one I'm using current day. So I love a good recipe that doubles and is multifunctional for so many different recipes. I make so many different things with this bread recipe. Like I said, sandwich bread, cinnamon rolls, monkey bread, rolls for just, dinner rolls. You can do a French loaf if you wanted to. You can also do hamburger buns, hot dog buns, so many different things, you guys. I love a good versatile recipe, okay? I really truly live for that in the kitchen, along with recipes that you can use like a whole bunch of the same ingredients and make it something different and something a little bit more interesting. Anywho, let those proof for a while. They are ready. I didn't have any heavy cream on hand, so you know what? We're using whole milk, and that works really good too. As you can see, the butter from the grease pan is melting into that whole milk, which works really good for if you don't have heavy cream on hand. Because all heavy cream really is the top of the milk that has a lot more fat to it. And so it works really well with the butter and the whole milk together. So it kind of gives the effect of heavy cream, but not exactly quite. But you know what I mean? It's the same thing. So use whole milk if you don't have heavy cream, and it will give you the fluffiest, I promise you, the fluffiest, softest cinnamon rolls you will ever taste in your whole entire life. It just soaks up all of that yummy, fatty milk. Oh, it's so good. If you haven't tried that and you feel like your cinnamon rolls are kind of like lackluster or dry or whatever the case is, I highly recommend to really try out the heavy cream or whole milk technique, because once a girl tried it, I never went back. Okay, you will never see me make cinnamon rolls without either whole milk or really just any milk I have on hand or heavy cream. But yes, I feel like they come out a little bit pillowy, a little bit more pillowy soft when you do heavy cream, but really nevertheless they are so delicious regardless. And then I just put a little bit of caramel sauce on top. And there you go. You got apple pie cinnamon rolls. And I just took the apple pie filling out of my freezer the night before and just put it in some cinnamon rolls. And they are absolutely delicious. They do not last long in my house, especially because I have people coming in and out all the time. Friends, family, you name it. So things don't last long around here. Okay, so I did the little gallery wall. No, I don't measure and break out tape and do all this stuff. I am very simple. I just eyeball it, just play around with my gallery walls until I feel like I'm fully feeling it and love the vibe of that wall. You will see on the other side that I still have work to do because I also do an updated gallery wall on my other wall across from me right now. I'm just dusting, cleaning things up because like I said, things get dusty in this old home, okay? They really truly do. So it's good to do a deep clean every now and then. If you guys are wondering where I got this armoire, it is from Facebook Market. A few years ago, we picked it up. It's probably the furthest I've ever traveled which was like an hour and 20 minutes for a Facebook market find. And it was so worth it. I love this thing. It has all of the fun compartments. It's perfect for office or like homeschool space. You guys will see inside. Oh, I'm showing you this antique or vintage. I don't think this is antique. This is a vintage Boston pencil sharpener, and it actually does work. And you can screw it into something and it will work a lot better because it takes a little bit of cranking power, okay? It's funny because my mom said she actually had one of those as a kid in her classroom growing up. So I'm showing you the realness of just real life, guys. Like, it's a little bit messy. It's chaotic in here. Things are empty, missing pieces, broken. You know, it's been a whole school year. It's time to refresh, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to replace things. We're going to dust things, clean things, get rid of, declutter, all of that good stuff, and just refreshing the space for the new school year. I like to do this once a year at least for the kids, so everything just feels nice and fresh because since we do homeschool, you know, it's sometimes hard to mark a new school year from an old one. And so I like to do little things like that, as well as like a little celebratory breakfast or something like that for the kids that I did for them for the first day back to school for their 2025 school year. Even though we've been working through the summer still on our reading skills, about 4 days a week during the summer. So we didn't take an official summer break. We just did some light schooling. So I put all of our board games down there too because we just like to keep them in there. And then I'm showing you Explode the Code. This is what we've been really using for our learning and curriculum. They are great, you guys. They have like a lower level for kids a little bit younger trying to learn how to read or, you know, start the process of reading and phonics. So we already finished the 1.5, and 2. We're currently on 2. And I didn't know that they had the half books. I thought that was very interesting. And I will be buying probably every half book in between the full number. So we'll do 1.5. So we did 1.5, 2, and then I'll buy 2.5, and then 3.5. You guys get it. And there's like 8 books. So far the kids have been loving it, and I've been loving it as well. It's very easy, straightforward. The kids, I've seen so much improvement already in their phonics and reading skills. So I'm so excited for that. And that's been our main curriculum, as well as we use Memoria Press. I'm showing you like all of the fun, colorful school supplies. I went ahead and got the Crayola brand from the dollar store, actually, even though the dollar store ain't the dollar store anymore, okay? It is like the $5 store. I heard they even have 7. And the other day I went in there and they had a Christmas tree in there for $20. And that blew my mind. So anyways, the Dollar Tree is not the Dollar Tree anymore. I think it's like $125 for most items, but then they have like the higher ones. Nevertheless, my daughter is stocking up all the fresh school supplies. She loves to do that. And then we kind of just move things around and see where things fit best. I got the Lazy Susan off of Amazon a few years back. And the wooden puzzles, I think, are all from small shops. I think a lot of the wooden puzzles are from small shops, mainly Busy Puzzle. They are a great puzzle company. Love them. But anywho, so we've been using Memoria Press as well as Explode the Code, and that has been really nice. We are using Rod and Staff for the math this year, math curriculum, as well as their spelling and their grammar for 2nd grade, and also a whole bunch of their reading materials. I'm just straightening up the little playroom, putting the ball pit back and, you know, the toys back in their little spots. And then we are going to try to move on to this next gallery wall and make it a little bit more moody in fall. But I had to go back and have my husband, I actually still haven't had him move a few of the silhouette pictures of the kids like up more. So there's not that big of a gap, but I just get my prints off of Etsy. I've had all of these for a really long time, at least a few years. So I'm just refreshing this little gallery wall, just keeping it simple. And I was supposed to go back and fill the holes and the gaps in this wall, but to be honest, I just haven't done it yet. And hopefully I'll do that before we decorate for Christmas, but we will see. Probably not, if I'm just being honest. But home doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It really, really doesn't. I am folding this quilt that I got thrifting a while ago, and it was only like $10. I couldn't believe it. It has apples on it. So perfect for that fall transition time. I absolutely love that quilt. It gets a lot of use and love in my house. Only for $10. Cannot believe that. And it is a handmade quilt. Okay, so we're hopping in the kitchen now. And if you guys are interested in some of the curriculum that I mentioned, I'll link a few things down below for you guys, like the companies that we are using. Now, I don't buy everything from the curriculum. We aren't using their reading this year from Memoria Press. Like I said, we're using Explode the Code. I am using their grammar this year, though, as well as spelling. But as far as their reading books, like reading workbooks, we are just doing Explode the Code. I usually don't like to mix curriculums like that, but I really like the Explode the Code. So that's what we are doing. Let me know your favorites down below for all of my experienced homeschooling moms. Even if you're not, if you're just new and green into it too, let me know. What are your favorite curriculums? Because I'm always very interested to see what people are choosing and what works for their family. I am very aware that not everything is going to work for everyone. I seasoned some tri-tip and I am just throwing that in. Actually, I don't know if this is tri-tip or chuck roast. One of the two is usually what I buy. And then I just cut up some potatoes and let those sit for a little bit. By letting it sit, it just helps with the digestion of the skin on the potatoes. So if you have a hard time digesting potatoes, try soaking them in water for like an hour or two before you actually make them. Definitely helps. And then I'm just adding a few little carrots in there, seasoning the vegetables just a little bit. And I already marinated the meat overnight, so it's very flavorful. And I just do, like, honestly, whatever I have on hand. Lots of salt, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and, just a whole bunch of things. Onion powder, garlic powder. Whatever you have on hand, I like to throw it in there and just let it sit and marinate. And lots of salt, which is good for marinating. But while that's going in the oven, I am going to put away some things that I just did not get to, some canned goods, because I'm a little bit of a prepper, okay? When things hit the fan in America, I want to be a little bit ready, okay? Where I don't have to leave my house for like a few weeks at least. But, so I like to keep some canned goods and stuff on hand, but we have like our little pantry stash of canned goods. And now I'm just going to do some laundry because, laundry is always piling up around here quickly, very quickly. How often do you do laundry a week? Do you do it more than once a week? Every other day? I would love to know because I do laundry like maybe once a week because I just can't. But my husband is always having tools in his pockets and I always accidentally wash them along with a whole bunch of other things from his day-to-day job. Anywho, he is cutting the meat. We let that go for several hours in the oven and it's nice and tender, very juicy. Very good. But anywho, I am so excited for another school year of homeschooling my kids. I genuinely enjoy spending so much time with them throughout the day because, these years are truly so short that they are children, and especially when they're little. And I just want to soak all of that in. That's one of my favorite things about homeschool, as well as I just love knowing that they're protected and safe at home, especially with all the crazy things going on in the world and all of the things being allowed in the school systems and all of that crazy stuff, crazy indoctrination happening too. That's a whole other video, but there are many reasons why we have decided to homeschool our children. No, you cannot protect them from everything and shelter them from everything. I am well aware, but keeping them safe and close to home, keeping them safe and close at home and being the main person that is influencing them and in their lives, having the most impact, I think is so valuable. And again, these years are so short. So I just want to soak it all in, really enjoy the time that we have together. I am just cutting some sourdough to go with our dinner. And that is always yummy and delicious. But here's my little helper in the kitchen. I always have kids at my feet. That is the reality of when I film these videos or just on everyday basis is there's little children at my feet, hiding under dresses and just hanging out and playing. So that's what's going on there. I love when you get that nice tight crumb in your sourdough. That is always so satisfying. I also keep a little drawer down below for the baby to get into. It has like silicone plates and, like kidware because she loves to play with, of course, things that aren't toys, but, it works because it's child safe. But anywho, I love when you get that nice tight crumb on your sourdough. That is so satisfying to me, is seeing those air bubbles and all the fermentation, because the crumb will tell you a lot if you actually did like the process right. And if you over fermented or under fermented, all of that good stuff. We have apple pie spread that we are trying from Trader Joe's on the bread. It's really, really good. My kids actually love that. They love the pumpkin pie one, I think it is too. We have already ran out of that one. So they love that on their sourdough as like a snack. And I'm just over here cleaning the table, tidying up my house. Everything is always sticky, you know how that goes. Little sticky fingers everywhere. But yes, I am so excited for the new school year. We are already in the new school year, already enjoying it. I did a little celebratory breakfast for the kids, made waffles and bacon and apples and all of that good stuff to mark the new school year, which was a good time. And they really appreciated it and had so much fun with that. And now they ask if we're going to do that again because they really like to decorate the table and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Anywho, I'm just over here vacuuming because a mama's work is never done and just cleaning up the house. But more videos to come, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And, leave your favorite curriculums and why you homeschool your kids, or maybe why you don't homeschool your kids. I would love to know down below and have open conversations and just chat in the comments. I miss you guys. So I will be off to edit the next video, so you don't have to wait so long, hopefully. And, I will be having this baby very soon, so I'm just trying to fully prepare for that. But we are basically already there. And I am due this week, so we will see what happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. And yeah, thank you. Bye.